Hello and welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Live with Silvia. It is I, Silvia with an I, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea. And because I am broadcasting from England, I always start with a comment about the weather, which is still strange and still quite wonderful. So, here we are, and I just got a notification that Facebook won't let me do any live streaming. So, good morning, Marianne. Hello there. Fantastic. So we're going to be just on YouTube, and I'm just going to give up on Facebook live streaming for next week. Just come straight over to YouTube. That seems to be reliable and happy and make for a very good live stream. Live channels us into the right directions, I think. So what's the weather like in beautiful Germany today, Marianne? We're having, we're in the clouds at the moment. It's literally just clouds so low down that we're living in the clouds. I quite like that. It's sort of drifty, misty, dreamy. And very moist. It's nice to breathe deeply off the clouds. And it's just still and peaceful. It really dampens sounds as well, and that contributes greatly to that wonderful mystical atmosphere. Good morning, dear Lorna. Hello. And what's the weather like in Scotland this morning? I just love the way we can be in these different places and come together and spend a little time. Cloudy in Scotland too. Okay, so we're being mystical this morning, it seems. That's good. You know what is Sunday Live for? But for being a little bit or a lot mystical and more focused on matters of the soul. So my title this morning, I was looking at a news feed for some kind of inspiration or idea of what to talk about, and I saw the categories there, and the categories of the news feed were like gaming, entertainment, technology, business, and their health. And there was one that said self-improvement. And I thought, wow, we have self-improvement as a category on this news feed. Well, it seems that some people are interested in self-improvement still. And I kind of thought that's the only thing on that list that has some kind of connection to what we might term spirituality or the soul or the heart, or something that isn't material. The one thing that isn't material. I was quite shocked by that. I thought, wow, hadn't really thought about that when you turn on the television, there's nobody ever talking about anything of a spiritual nature. It's kind of scary, considering that this is so important to health and well-being and mental health in particular, that I'm quite shocked by that. I hadn't really thought about it. I guess we all know this, that we are living in a so-called secular society, but how soulless that can be, or how soulless that is really quite shocking. It's just like, wow, yeah. Could it be that a lot of the misery and stress and depression stem from the fact that even though people have it materially much better than they've ever had in the history of, humanity as far as we know this, that this absence of spirituality, of looking after the other realms of life, that could be a major contributor to the general stress and sickness malaise of what I call the Western world and all who sail on her. Could that be so? Yeah, so I thought I'll bring out my immortality butterfly and wear my immortality butterfly today. Butterfly being the metaphor for immortality. We are little caterpillars, and then the time comes that we go into a cocoon, and then we come out of the cocoon as a shining being, a completely different being with angel wings. And I do like that. I think that's quite groovy. Okay, could I ask one of you guys to make a note on Facebook just to say that we are live streaming here on YouTube today, so that a few other people can find us, who are undoubtedly probably thinking that I overslept or something today. Then we can get started with something wonderful. I have noticed that a lot of people that I know seem to be quite tired at the moment. And I think this could be a sort of a side effect of this siege mentality that we have been experiencing since last March, when this whole thing started, and the isolation and the rules about going out and wearing masks and not being able to travel freely anymore, and not being able to get together in person anymore. That, of course, is in and of itself a big spiritual problem, because the energy body needs sort of this incoming energy from other human beings. We are designed that way. So on the one hand, we've been having a lot of energy supplies cut off that are really essential, really essential. And then on the other hand, we've had all this stress and fear and strain added to it, and worry about relatives and friends and loved ones that are, having problems, and some of them got sick, and serious problems for some people, as they had elderly relatives die or any relatives die in hospitals and care homes, and couldn't visit them, couldn't be with them. And there's just, even those amongst us who didn't experience that, we are in a group bubble. We are connected to the other people around us, whether we ever talk to them or not. There's that spirituality thing again, that this has a long ongoing effect. And we have emergency generators that keep us going and sustain us through a time of crisis. But how long can you keep it going? How long can you keep it up? Good morning, Martina. Welcome to our extremely international stream this morning. I'm talking about people being weary, worn out after all this. They're weary after all of this, this crisis, siege mentality. And they don't even realize that they are, that they're getting to be worn out. Some people do notice it, that they're perhaps sleeping more, they're tired, or they're finding it harder to raise energy to be enthusiastic about things. And other people just don't really realize that this long drawn out situation has just worn them out, really. Not worn them out physically, worn them out spiritually. And as I say, there is no place to discuss this even. in the current paradigm. And, you know, I read a news article the other day about somebody going to a doctor and saying they're feeling really worn out and not sleeping well. And of course, what did the doctor do? Shall we guess? Shall we guess what the doctor was doing? Yeah, of course, he prescribed them some kind of medication. And that's really not the answer to problems of the spirit or problems of the energy body, if you will. And yeah, I really think we need to bring this whole spirit thing, the energy body, back into awareness of society. And I believe that if we do that, that people have more of a chance to improve their lives, you know, to become aware of what's going on with them at that level, which is super real and creates so many problems if we don't address it properly. Okay, so that's all very sad and sorrowful, but why don't we just do something to raise energy a little? I could do with that. I could do with that. And the other day, I was thinking about a problem that I have, and I thought, okay, I probably should do some tapping, but I didn't feel like tapping. There is something about touching your own face sometimes that doesn't feel quite right. And I sense that. Sometimes I'm really happy to do some tapping and it's great and I really want to do that. But on this occasion, I just didn't want it to touch my face. I don't know why not. But I decided to do something else instead. And that's something that's so simple, so easy. Anybody can do it. And perhaps you might like to join me in that. And it's simply, you could call it sort of tapping because we are still stimulating meridian points, but it's sort of a combination of tapping and affirmations and find something to love, which is also good for the energy system. So I'm just, and all you do is you count 10 blessings on your fingers, really. 10 blessings. If there was this wonderful universe out there that really loved us deeply, loved me deeply, loved you deeply, and it has this inordinate bounty of blessings all around, then what blessing would you like for yourself today? I'm just going to do that on behalf of us, and you can play along, and all we can do is just touch the tapping point of the thumb here. Just touch it. And say, so my first blessing would be just happiness. Happiness of being here and being able to talk to you guys this morning. Just that happiness. Blessing of happiness. And the second one here, I'd like the blessing of clarity. Just clarity, mental clarity, emotional clarity, just clarity. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this one here is the blessing of health. Health in its widest metaphorical sense. And not just health for the body, not just, that usual thing, but sort of the health where the soul comes and joins the party, where the energy body is healthy and builds real physical health from the ground up. Okay, and this one here, friendship. The blessing of friendship, of loving people and people loving you back and being there for you. The blessing of friendship. Cool. That one here. The blessing of love. And what I got there wasn't other people loving you, but being able to love things, like loving the trees or loving the clouds or just loving the sunset, loving a beautiful sculpture, loving the blessing of loving, of being able to love. Whew, and that's giving me nice energy shivers. 5 blessings in, and my legs have just woken up and come to life. That's really nice. But the universe is endless in its blessings. There's really no need to stop here just because I'm feeling better. Let's have a 6th blessing. The blessing of life. It's such a marvelous thing. It's such an amazing thing. All these cells rioting around in our bodies right now as we speak, doing their thing. The blessing of life. That's nice. What other blessings do we have? Oh, the blessing of eternal life, of course. I am immortal. Just need to remember that. That's a nice blessing. The blessing of eternal life. I've got here then. The blessing of experience, of star events. Yes. The surprising things that happen, surprises, that's important. Ooh. Oh, yeah. The blessing of surprises. We don't know what's round the next corner, round the next bend in the horizon, what we might find on the side of our path as we go through life. The blessing of surprises. Yeah, that's just, oh, yeah, I like that. One more. The blessing of beauty. Things are so beautiful when you've got the right eyes on. When you've got the right eyes on, you can see the beauty in so many things, in everything. Show me the beauty. That's my setup when I take photographs. Yeah. Being able to see with the eyes of beauty, that's just beautiful. That's a beautiful blessing. Also very noticeable when people are depressed, everything becomes grey and ugly and hideous, spiky, hard. Blessing of beauty. As I was going over there, I just popped in straight into my mind. The blessing of humanity, of being able to, stand and look at the sunrise and go, wow, that's so beautiful. To be able to consciously be aware of things. And that's, on this planet, seems to be mostly humanity who's doing that. And it's not an aberration, it's not a mistake, it's just an amazing developmental step. Makes us the children of the universe. Okay, and then when we are done with that, we can put our hands together, possibly even hold them to our hearts and say, thank you for the blessings, universe. That was absolutely beautiful. So I feel much better now. How are you guys? Did you play along? And this is something nice and easy that we can do when we are a bit tired or don't really feel up to it, don't have the energy. It's simple and straightforward, and it makes you much more serene, and it does something for the living energy body. I enjoyed that. By all means, let me know in the comments whether you found that interesting or helpful. And of course, there are many different variations on this little method. So yeah, self-help. It's an interesting topic, is self-help. In the name, self-help, being able to do something to help yourself when there's nobody around you who can help you. And I find that a super interesting concept and idea. It's look, when children have invisible friends, people always go down on them and say this is a terrible thing to have invisible friends. It means you don't have any hard friends. And that means you're a failure. Nobody likes you. Nobody loves you. And I always thought that was a real shame, because I feel that we need both. We need hard friends, absolutely 100%, but we also need invisible friends. And invisible friends, that's a big metaphorical thing if you think about it. An invisible friend can be a guardian angel. An invisible friend can be God. These are all invisible friends. And it's one of the strategies of driving the spiritual out of the secular society, is to say that if you have invisible friends, that means you're a loser, or only losers have invisible friends, because what really matters are only hard friends. And I can understand how, that mindset comes into being. If your house is being blown away in a storm, and you call your neighbors and you say to your neighbors, come on, guys, can you come and help, please? Hold the house's roof down. We need 100 people. Invisible friends aren't that much use in those circumstances, practically speaking. And I can see how people can get to the idea that invisible friends are useless, full stop. But they're not. They're not useless. They have their uses only on this other level that's being, ignored and neglected and what have you. So self-improvement doesn't actually mean you have to do it all alone. It just means it doesn't involve any other hard people. That's a big difference, isn't it? You're not alone, in other words. Self-improvement doesn't mean you have to be lonely. Let's have a look what Lorna's saying. Counting blessing helps focus on the important things in life. Helped me this morning to realize this after the awful day I had yesterday. I am so sorry to hear that, dear Lorna, that you had an awful day yesterday. And I would like to ask everyone here and in future times, to send a little bit of love and light to dear Lorna across time and space, all the way to Scotland, and have that arrive there. A lot of people have been having weird and difficult times, which is really why I started talking about this morning. This people are worn out after, over a year of trying to live in an emergency situation, in a siege situation with all these challenges. And so what I can see is happening, that a lot of people are just freaking out now. They are throwing tantrums, or they're being irrational. They're going down, in our way of talking about it, they're going down the energy chart. They're so low now that they are about to kick into the -7 stage, where they're just kicking off and screaming abuse at you. This is, just freaking out. It's sort of a mini nervous breakdown people are having. And this is rippling. So one person starts screaming at another. That person is very upset, and then they are going into a negative spiral. Everybody they are contacting is likewise going to be, infested with this. So what I would ask us all to do right now and at this moment is to give people a lot more benefit of the doubt than we normally would. and be aware and advised that people, and I mean all people, young people, old people, and even including politicians and the like, that people are going stress crazy. This has been going on for so long, and with no hope at the end of the tunnel, with no positive forward, goal being put out, with promises being constantly broken, with there's no positive, inspirational people out there on the mainstream news saying it's going to be all right, people. Take a deep breath, everybody. We can do this. We have, because everything is doom and gloom on the media. Everything is doom and gloom. Now we have a Delta variant, and so I posted the entire Greek alphabet. So that, when we get to the Omega variant, what we're going to do then, start again at the beginning or take a different alphabet? It really is. And the problem with it is that this lack of understanding what the human spirit or the human energy body actually needs is just causing too many problems. There is no upside to this. This could end in chaos. There's these billionaires that are shoveling ever more money into their accounts, profiteering from this situation. And there may come a time when people are so fed up with it that they're going to go French Revolution on them. This is dangerous. It's a dangerous thing to play with, destabilizing the entire population to this degree. At the very basis of it, though, lies this neglect, denial of the energy dimensions, the spiritual dimensions of human beings, full stop. I mean, just full stop. This idea that if you believe in something spiritual, that means that you're an uneducated fool. I mean, the opposite is the truth, isn't it, really? Yeah. So it is really important to look after ourselves and by all means, bring in the invisible friends. I'm going to give you permission today to bring in the invisible friends as a part of your self-improvement, which doesn't mean lonely. It doesn't mean doing it all by your lonesome self. Each one of us, we have allies. We have allies not just in entities such as guardian angels or spirit guides or gods, prophets from any religion, saints. We have much more allies than that. Our spiritual allies are the trees, are the clouds, are the stars above, is the very earth we are standing on, is the orange we eat. It's the water we drink. It's the air that we breathe. We are not alone. We are connected. And the only thing that makes us feel lonely is thinking that we are when we're not. Thinking that we are when we're not. Not even going to bring in Dieter Maas's biodiomes. Oh man, we're not alone. We're not. Even when we're by ourselves in the middle of nowhere, we are not alone. So the term self-help is misleading. It is misleading because a big part of this thing is to reconnect ourselves with all of these things, to appreciate the resources that exist for us. We're not alone. There's all these things that are supporting us all the time, visible and invisible both. Right, so yeah, that was fun. You are not alone. Janine, good morning. Hello. I'm going to have a cough here. Been talking a lot. So, tell me something. I'll sit here and wait and see if anybody has a comment for me, or a question, or a suggestion, or something that might spark a thought or an idea. I would love to hear. Something that I often do when I'm alone is I light a candle. Sort of reminds me of the fact that I'm not alone. I'm not. Never have been. And thinking that, or feeling that, is probably one of the core mistakes of modern thinking human beings. It's a result of stress. People, the more stressed you become, the less energy you have, the more lonely you feel. And at -9, there's this schizophrenic experience where the entire universe collapses and you are completely alone in all time spent. It's a very scary experience. But it is definitely, it's stress related. The more energy rich we are, and it's unfair, I realize that, it's really, the more needy you are, the less access you have to all the good things, all the support, all the, all the lifting from the universe. The more desperate you are, the more you cry, the more you wail and whine, the less you get. It is extraordinary how that works, but it is, it's like the salesmen that are getting desperate, and nobody will then buy from them. Everybody will avoid them. It's a weird way how that works. But the more you have, the more you have to give. And I think that's, just a wonderful thing. Okay. Visible friends. It's nice to have invisible friends too. Friends in high places. And that sort of just came into my mind. Friends in high places, people who have passed on, people we have loved, and they are now in the starfields, on their new path, in their new ways. Those are friends in high places. They too can help us and guide us and direct us and just strengthen us. That's really, this is what I think people are needing now. They need to be strengthened. They need a lot of energy vitamins. They need a lot of care. They need a lot of soothing. They need a lot of, hey guys, this is going to be okay. And also, please remember, we are actually immortal. We are immortal. When life ends here, that is not the end. That basic piece of information, that basic thought, even if somebody goes, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I think that's rubbish. We all just go become maggot fodder when we die, blah, blah, blah. There is that nagging doubt. What if she was right? What if there really is an afterlife? What if life was a continuous realm that doesn't start with conception, that doesn't end in death? What if we really were immortal? What if the energy realms really were real? What if the billions upon billions of humans who have said this is so and felt that this is so since the dawn of time, what if they weren't all just stupid? What if they were right? Yeah. And once that seed of doubt has been sown, there is a hope that a person who absolutely does not think anything spiritual even could possibly be in existence, that, that it opens a little crack in that mental armor, in that massive, it's not just a blindfold, it's this massive helmet that people have got on their heads, and that totally cuts them off from the real world. And instead, we're wiring like computer wires into that. And they go, oh, now finally I can see something, I can feel something. And it's just so wrong. I'm going to throw fairy dust at this metaphorical black helmet that has been like the man in the iron mask, only no eye holes in it, that has been put on the heads of humanity. Some fairy dust on it, stardust, which is very corrosive to things that are bad or evil. Hey, good morning, eternal journey. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it? I'm talking about the immortal soul here, and we have eternal journey from Melbourne in Australia. Hello. Good morning. Lots of love to Melbourne, Australia. It's a wonderful place from what I hear. Oh dear. Yeah, eternal journey. Great handle. Love it. Yeah, so got anything you'd like to do or like to say or like to ask? I've got a few minutes left. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get my bowl of blessings out. I have that for just this time. And if you'd like, people are here. There's only a few of us here. I will find you a special blessing. Ooh, let's start with Marianne, because she was the first one here today. What we got? Ooh. Just for you, Marianne. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamond energy. Diamonds are the hardest things on earth, so they tell us. They are created under compression. And they sparkle most beautifully, and they're very, very valuable. Diamond energy. I love the combination of strength, age, and beauty. Those three: strength, age, and beauty. Because again, in the non-spiritual world, age is always being decrepit and pointless, and you can ignore people. It's just pointless. Fuck off, you're old. Bah. But when we add the spiritual dimension there is some, then we have age, strength, and beauty. You can be all wrinkly and saggy, but you can have a beautiful energy system. And you can still take over a room if you really want to, if you can still be asked, I've been there, done that. Diamond energy. I hope you like it, Marianne. Okay, let's find one for Lorna. Oh, we got. That's interesting. I think that's interesting. New. The power of new. Everything's always new. It seems the same, but it's not. Everything is always new. There is not one atom of air that's in the same place 5 minutes from now than it was 5 minutes ago. The Earth is just rushing through the universe at super high speed, and it's turning and rushing around the sun as well. We're constantly changing locations, and everything is always new. There is not one single day that will ever be the same as the day before. There's not one breath that is the same as the next. And this will continue. This new coming, new unfoldments will continue way beyond physical death and forever. Haha, love it. Hope you like it too. Okay, who else we got here? Oh, well, hey. That's just what what is needed right now. Yeah, the new. We need the new. The old has been and gone. You know, been there, done that. Had the t-shirt, wore the t-shirt out, started to use the t-shirt as a rag in the garage, threw the rest of the oily t-shirt away. Now it's time for something new. Been there, done that. Love it. Okay, what we got here then? Mariana, wow, thank you very much for the diamond energy. I can do a lot with that. This live stream meant a lot to me this morning. Thank you so much. I'm so delighted, and I'm very grateful you're here with me. Thank you very much. Especially when there's so few people, it's so important and meaningful. And I thank you for providing the opportunity to say that thing about the diamond, the combination of the strength, the age, and the beauty. I think that's really a powerful concept. It's making me tingle all over. So thank you so much. Ah, Linda, hello. You just popped up. I did. Hi from Cloudy Salt Dean. Hello, Linda. I'm just doing a little gift of positives for the people who are on the live stream. So I'm going to see what we got for Linda. Let's have a dig. Okay, what we got? Oh, hey, one of my very favorite things, Linda. Okay, let's put that on the screen. Okay, this is for you, Linda. Play. That is one of my absolute favorite sort of positives and reminders is we should not, when work becomes really inspired, it stops feeling like hard work and it starts becoming this other thing. And this other thing I call play. When you're really playing, when every part of you is engaged in the activity, when you're really into it, it's brilliant. Love it. You know, play. That's, I hope you like that positive and do something with it. I think that play is the key. Play is the key to real achievement, to making something beautiful, to really doing the best you can do with something. I love it. It gives me wings. Play gives me wings. Good morning, Ilka. Hello. It's nice to see you here, my friend. I was thinking of you. Who else would like? Oh, Martina. Martina, would you like a positive as well? Let's do a positive one, Martina. One's run away. Let's see what we got. Interesting. Health. That's yours. Your positive is health. And I said this earlier. Don't know if you were there from the beginning, but I said this earlier. Health is not just about mechanical, physical health. It's so much bigger than that. It's this thing, this mind, a healthy mind, healthy spirit, a healthy energy body. That's where I would always, I'm the energy guy, but unless we're talking about like a critical situation where somebody's been shot with a gun or something like that. Keeping the energy body strong and happy avoids many accidents, possibly avoids catching many things. It really keeps the immune system up. So our moods are super important, and our moods are coming from the energy body. So when I'm getting healthier, my thoughts on that are totally like, yeah, keep your energy body healthy. Feed it with lots of tasty energy vitamins. And really, keep the energy body happy. Really important. Very. Ah, yay. Linda liked play. You're right. You must draw and dance more. Yes, you do. Absolutely 100%. Find a way to give yourself not just permission, but to move it up the importance scale. That you should function the best you can is of primary importance for survival, for the people that you serve and you love. It's a primary thing. Super important. And yeah, feed your energy body, make it strong, make it happy. Okay, Ilka would like one. Let's have a look what we can find for Ilka. By the way, these are not just for the person, right? By all means, take that energy, take it, it's free. You're not taking away from Ilka by sucking in that thing that I've pulled specifically for Ilka. Just enjoy it too. Oh, look at that. I think that's quite perfect. Here comes the sun. The sun. The sun. That is such a wonderful, powerful, uplifting energy. I had such an enormous experience with the sun during a training in Sarajevo. It is just, it's such a wonderful, wonderful, clean, super wonderful thing just to stand when the sun shines and to become aware of that sunshine on you. Where do you feel that in your body? To slowly turn around and let this sort of central place where the sun is directly kissing you just move across your body and turn those places that you want healing in towards the sun and just have that wonderful experience, which also, and it's funny, before I knew that I had the sun here, I was saying, you're not taking anything away from Ilka's sun by you yourself doing something with that energy. And when you're standing in the sunshine and feeling those sun rays that strike your body directly, that's like that. There could be 8 billion people standing next to you, but each one gets their own rays of sun. Every one of them gets their own personal rays of sun that don't fall on anybody else. It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, that's true abundance. That is true abundance. I love it. And I do know that Ilka loves the sun too, so that's quite... Is that the most powerful of all the positives? I don't know. I think because the sun is a material object as well, I think it makes a great crossover present in all realms. The sun might be a good example for us of something that is clearly present, visible, and powerful across the levels and the layers, the visible levels and the invisible levels too. So that's quite fun. Okay, Janine Valian. Let's give that a... Let's see what we got for Janine. Hey, oh, that's a lovely, lovely positive. Vitality. When I hear that word, I think of spring greens, fresh greens, sort of the sap rushing up the trees, bright new leaves, just woo, like a young horse in a paddock, just full of energy and life energy. Yeah, it's this sort of, I'm alive, and that's so powerful. And I feel that people often lose that. We lose that. We just sort of drag around. Yet we do have these amazing bodies that we could be strutting around like a proud cockerel. We could be. We can be. It's up to us to do that, to choose, to evoke that vitality that is truthfully in every single cell of our bodies. It's amazing. Oh. Ilka liked the sunshine. That's good. Oh, wow. Martina says, thank you. This positive health in the widest sense is very needed, not only for me. I resend this to all people affected by a tornado in South Moravia in our country. Oh, by all means. Whew. Love and light and sunshine energy and the power of recovery to all the people affected by this natural, we call it a disaster, this natural occurrence. Lots and lots of love to the people in South Moravia from me. And if you'd like to join me in that and send some love right now from your heart to theirs, please do so. And if you're watching the replay, it doesn't matter. Energy healing and good wishes cross the boundaries of time and space. You can connect and send love and healing at any time from anywhere. I think that's also really beautiful. That's Janine saying, perfect, just what I needed to stir me up to choose vitality. Yeah. A picture I often get when I tune into vitality is that literally of a young stallion out in the fresh, bright spring grass, after a long time, possibly cooped up in a stable, coming out and just exploding into movement, exploding into action, so full of life, it just radiates and it blows you away. And that's, and we can touch that, we can reach that, we can at least put it up as a goal. I want to experience that level of vitality more often. Just, power of the positives, love them. Okay, my darlings. Right, I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. Eternal journey. Did you get, just in case, I'm not sure if I gave one to Eternal Journey, but Eternal Journey definitely deserves one just for the title. Let's see what Eternal Journey has. Aha. Strength. Strength for the eternal journey. But actually, it's the eternal journey itself. Just my little bowl of positives. I hope you do all have one. I hope you do all have one standing by the side of your entrance door so you can just dip in and pick one out if the moment needs it. It's just a wonderful thing. All you have to do is make a little something and just, just write some nice words on it. I'm going to keep that. I'll just pick that out. Okay, eternal journey. Strength. Yes, that's what you had, strength. See, this is a double thing. You might think you need a lot of strength for the eternal journey, but it's the other way around. The fact that we are immortal is an endless source of strength and encouragement and empowerment. We just need to connect with that more often. We need to remember to think that, to be with that, because that gives us strength. This is my argument for immortality, that whenever we say to ourselves, or, I am immortal, or I am an immortal, the energy body instantly responds to that with, yeah, okay. It raises energy, makes the energy body happy. It grows the energy body. So being immortal, this is absolutely a source of strength, and a different kind of strength, a far more powerful strength than just lifting weights. So thank you for that, Eternal Journey. Oh, that's great. Eternal Journey says, perfect. Thank you. Oh, you're very, very welcome. I'm glad you brought your really beautiful YouTube name to the party today. Made a big difference. Here, Martina, thank you. Oh, you are very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. All right, my darling friends, this is been here for a whole hour. It's been wonderful. Thank you for the joy and the pleasure of your company. It's wonderful. Oh, this is beautiful. Linda says, sending love, laughter, and sparkling energy to everyone. Have a magical week. I second that 100%. Yes, we need to be happier. All of us need to be reminded to be happier, and use whatever comes to mind, comes to hand, and know this. This is my message for the week. It may be called self-improvement, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it alone. The entire universe has your back and is ready and willing to help you. It is always there, always around you. Be it the sunshine or the clouds, every breath you take, you are not alone in your journey of self-improvement. Thank you so much for your time today. Please like and subscribe, and if you can also possibly leave a comment on the channel, that will help feed the algorithm, as they say. If you enjoyed this, perhaps share it with a friend who would enjoy to hear it too. So I'm wishing you a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you again for next Sundays, Sunday Live with Silvia. Lots of love. Bye for now.